Then finally, one period of the 500 parts arise when only the symbol are retained, and all together this makes 10 periods, each of the 500 parts, and it's like this. And this is part, yes. At that times, and this part of the times, parts of these times, and this is quite easy. But here is, do you understand the periods of the 500? The group of the 5, like it is this division is. How it is comes from the just you can to say it's like maybe it's like how do you say the strength and the coding of the power of this teaching. And first is like the which is the fruit, the part of the fruit, and there's no problem. Can you analyze? Can you read all these sentences? I have, there's something a little bit complicated. Nyugdrachka. Ndibutu, druputu, longkutu, totsanzambatu relela. Ariku. Tani tuni rendoku. Totsanzambala ngaja chotikte. Oh, yeah. Just finally one period, the 500. Okay. It's no problem. And Ami says like, each 333, first the part of the fruit, and 3 groups of the 500. And then it's a very much successful times, Buddha's teachings. And then second is the part of the accomplishment periods. There's the part, the 5 periods, the 3 periods of the 500, and the 6. And then is 6, the groups of part of the 500s. And then it's like there's the part of the transmissions, and also the 3 periods of the 500, and it become the 9, the part of the 500s, and then finally the period of the 500 parts. Only one, like the group of the 500, arise when only the symbolic arraign. At that moment, then it's become the 10 part of the 500, and then it's become the like 5,000. Last one. Years. Yes. Yes, you say it's 500 years. Okay. It's just like first is like each 500 years, each 500. All together is like 5,000 years, the durations. Okay? Yeah. And present we have reached the 7th or the 8th periods. Already like the part of the fruitions gone, and already like this part of the accumulations gone, and now we are in the transmissions periods, and also transmissions periods is like a first part group of the 500 years is almost gone, and second is gone, but we are really to calculate like this, how much is like 2,000 700 or 600. How many years there is in the calendars? I think it's 1,500. You literally. And I mean, there is something, there's a complicated, I think it's some duration, some conditions. And I don't know, this you need to research, okay? Some conditions, they like kind of duration is lost. It's not completed state Buddha's teachings 5,000. And maybe it's 3,000 and 4,000. And some is during the Buddha's, there is some conditions. They like says like the life of the Dharma become more short. Like 500 is become the more short. And this case is like 4,500. And then there's different things. It's like, I don't know, reality, how long. The Tareba, here good domoronga here, Yamaridum, Yoda. The Yampacholic Sonjikutem, but Nisayant. Tani? Nga. Mari. Tumunach yempa chols. Chok. Lotum tsamada. Lotum tsadaga. Taron here gudamul damba shangas lot ngajal tons on the sejung. I'm relaxedly talking about this, you know. We cannot count the years. But I heard all the time is this 500. Anyway, it's 5,000 is the year, like 500 years. But in this perspective, like Buddha appeared in this world already like 2,000, maybe 700. Because we can see very easily, we have two calendars. Before the BC, there's one perspective, is like Buddha appeared before the BC, the Jesus Christ, like 300 years. But this is not really corrected. After there's 800 or something, 500, and then we can to calculate it. I think it's the 500 before the BC, you know, BC is like this. And then Buddhas appear. In this case, it's like now it's like 2,000, okay, 700. In this perspective, how many is we lost? And the fruition part periods absolutely gone. It looks like a truth, absolute truth, because it's during the Buddhas and his teaching after the very much powerful, many the peoples be enlightenment become same. And afterwards it's like kind of the accomplishment, the periods, the part of the accomplishment also is quite very strong. Maybe like Guru Rinpoche came to in Tibet, he gives some PT instructions. It's like, for example, 25 of his disciples and 180 like Panchitas, and many like kind of just to receive the PT instruction, they become enlightenment. Then it's slowly. Now it's a little bit, it's difficult to, you know, to this strength is there. And this case is like now we can to say it's almost at the transformations periods, or the part of the transformation periods, and then it's a one day, it's the just symbolic. They say it's like monks, nuns, sometimes these yellow robes, these things, it doesn't really colors properly works. Sometimes I heard it's put the blood, and sometimes they make kind of strange way. Then it looks like practitioner Dharma, but reality is not. And then there is such and such kind of obstacles. And how to say, it's using the different Dharma way, and then they destroyed the human's mind. For example, I think in the one great one, the India master, but not Nangachuna, not like kind of Asanga. I think it's Ayandeva or someone. He came to in Tibet. He thought maybe in Tibet I need to go there. There is not much Dharma teachings here. And he came to in the border of the Tibet and the Indias. And then he saw the one monk, and he's like doing the field, and with the yak and holding like this, digging this, I don't know. And the carrying here the whiskey, it says Tibet Cham, and then he's doing. And he thought, monks doing like this. It's not really very strange, holding the Chang beer or something, and they like this. And then he asked, in Tibet there are some Dharma practitioners? He said, yeah, a lot. And there are some monks, nuns? Oh yes, there are many monks. But I am the best of monk in Tibet. And the master was so much shocked and something, I think it's a barbarian country. I can't go there. He ran back, but like this. This sometimes really spend it. It's like, for example, in the future, so maybe some like Dharma practitioners, they doing such and such things, criticize, become very strange views, and then it's destroyed the other human's mind. They close it, and then it's like kind of destroyed, and looks like kind of lama, looks like a teacher, looks like a practitioner, but reality is like very, very strange things happen. Then the people's like more shocked, more hesitated, they completely give up, then it's like disappeared. And like this is like symbolic, means it's like this. Okay, maybe you can also research. This is a very wonderful thing. This Buddha's teachings duration to life periods is like there are reality 500,000 saying like this, but how you can to calculate that? The year or some condition or some meaning or what it is, like kind of this. All the time I heard it's like counting the years, 1 year, 2 year. And in this perspective, Buddha has appeared in this world 2,006 or 7 years, 600-700 years. And in this case, it's like if you calculate this, surely the part of the fruition times, periods already gone. And then it's the second is like the uncomplacement one is like in the middle. And still we can to waiting for the transmission periods. Of course, we don't need to waiting for the symbolic. But still the Dharma has strength. Dharma has power. Not yet to become the milk of Dharma is the market milk. So maybe one day it's like Dharma has become the market milk. It's not really milk. Everybody wants to sell it. But really there's no crucial, the meaning, this how to say, nourish of the butter. And like this, anyway, at present we have the technical, the 7th or the 8th periods. And Patrul Rinpoche say like this, and the 7th, 8th, and it's almost it's like now as reaching the last periods, like symbolic. And we live in an age of increase in the 5 degenerations, those of the life spent, belief, emotion, time, and beings. Nonetheless, the doctrine of the transmission and realization does still existence, as it has not died out. And also it is the truth, but decadent, degeneration times, is like kind of increase the degeneration times. Degeneration times, life spent. One is first life spent. Degeneration of the life spent. The life is like in the future, maybe also it's like shorter because it's like a lot of pollutions, like this kind of degenerated. And the degeneration of the beliefs, we believe different ways. And it's very difficult to say. One my friends to say is like, oh, you believe what? You believe Dharma. Oh, yeah, good. You believe Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Okay, you believe. I don't believe anything. I believe, basketball. And I believe. Why you believe that? Because basketball play to watch in the television give me happy. That is my source of the refuges. Are you sure? Definitively, really serious talking. And like this, and this person's thinking about to play the basketball, watching in the football match also, of course, and they think to watching like this, why do you want? And then I have received happiness. This is why I need to practice Dharma. Like this kind of the belief, different way. It is like someone says the alcohol. One person, I have the friend, alcohol, is really alcohol. And do not alcohol, don't drink alcohols because all the body is like exhausted and very thin, liver is a problem. Sometimes the face is completely yellow and shaking like this. Don't drink. No, I believe alcohol. I receive happiness from alcohol. You believe the Buddha Dharma, go away to practice there. And then it's like this kind of different beliefs. What can we do? This is the kind of the degeneration. And also emotional. It's a very funny things, emotion. Beginning our emotion, like emotion of the desire attachment and the anger, hatred or jealousy and the ignorance. Maybe someone's beginning, ignorant is less, desire attachment. For example, you create the children or something like searching boyfriend, girl. You just look or something, smile, enough. And then slowly, duration is coming. Then they're holding each other, like just like a hug or it's like a shake a hand. That is like kind of your contact. It's enough. But now it's like we need to join like a kind of the sexual these things. And slowly, nothing enough, too much desire. Finally, they are eating each other. And like this. Alopons are done now laughing. It's in Tibet, there's idioms, I'm saying it's ugly things. In China, there's one rich man came to in Tibet. He's enormous desire. He has a lot of money and he paid to it. Sometimes this person's ancient times, he ate many girls. And because it's like too much desire there. I think it's like when we have strong desire, it's possible to eat. You haven't got any experience. Wonderful. Once I was in one family situation, okay? And they say, one is in Tibet, very funny, okay? Stupid, it's true. Boys, girls, they are contact, they are not need arrangement. If there's one girl and these boys, they go to in the night. They accept or not accept, they're going to, force. And some girls, of course, not accept. And we're talking like this. And then the one lady, she says, wow, this is really like animals. How they can to do like this? It's very stupid. Then her daughter say, Mom, don't say like this. What? How much we are doing ugly things in Europe, more ugly. And she was a red face, don't say nothing, okay. It's like a desire, attachment, very strong like this. Of course, jealous like this. Anger is like this. Then this is like emotion, it's like decadent. Then times also is like degeneration times. And there's beings also is more like lesser compassion, like lesser, like increase the selfish, like this kind of. Nonetheless, it doesn't matter he's a Patrul. Not yet we are still, it's good luck. Nonetheless, it's like Buddha's doctrine, transformation, realization, does still existence. This has not died out. We still possess the advantages of having the Dharma. It is entirety. There is we have. The doctrine is still present. However, is irrelevant unless you make use of it. Just as the rising sun, although it lights up the whole world, does not make the slightest difference to the blind man. It is the truth. Like kind of, if we not enter into the Dharma, we don't study the Dharma, then if there's still the Dharma, what is the benefit? The example is like a blind man. Sun is like coming out, and the light is the whole shine in the universe. But for the blind person, what is the difference to shine light or the luminosity or the sun or not? Like this, if we do not practice, we do not enter to the Dharma, then what is the difference for us? It's just nothing. And like this. Also, it's just as the water of the great lake cannot quench the thirst of the traveler arrive at its shore unless he actually drank from themselves. And if we, someone's very thirsty, but arrive like a kind of the water, but we do not drink, there's nice water, but don't drink, then the thirst is never go away. Exactly the same, very good idioms here. And water itself is free, but if we don't drink, our thirst doesn't go away. We take the water, and then there's no more that the suffering of the thirst is. Like the Dharma of the transmission and realization cannot infiltrated and the mind by itself. It is like this truth. If we do not accept the Dharma teaching and we put the Dharma in the front of us, it's Dharma, cannot infiltrate, means it's like doesn't automatically go into our minds itself. And also is the enter to the Dharma just to protect yourself from sickness and negative influence in this life. To become you fear the sufferings of the three lower elements in the future life is called the Dharma as protection against fear, and it's not the right way to set out on the paths. And also we all the times to check in our motivations when we practice Dharma. Okay, when I want to practice Dharma, maybe I will become the rich, maybe I will become the kind of the happy, maybe I will become the famous, or maybe I want to study Dharma. Afterwards, maybe I do not need to go into the lower elements because I'm afraid for the lower elements and I'm afraid for the kind of sufferings. If we have this kind of attitude, then it's like really we are practice Dharma as not truth. Dharma as a protection against the fears, because you're practicing benefit for your fear in the futures, and you are not concerning benefit for the sentient beings, and that is not correct. And also enter to the Dharma merely to have food, clothing, and so on in this life, or to obtain the pleasant reward of the divine or the human rebirth in the next is called Dharma as a quest for the excellence. And this true the motivation. We need to change. If compassionate way, we don't care. Such a compassionate of the Buddhist Savas, they say, I want to practice Dharma because I need to go to the hell. I want to go to the hunger ghost. I want to go to the animal realms because I need to help. May I reborn again and again in the lower realms because I need to help. This we need motivation. Them says like, I want to practice Dharma. I want to quickly to run from the samsara. I don't care all my families. I don't care whatever they happened. I just wouldn't go there. I want to run from that. Then it's a little bit self-oriented. We need to correct this and this fear. And also it's like sometimes we practice Dharma, maybe according the Dharma, become the rich, become powerful, become something, looking for food. Sometimes this is many happened. And it's like once I was argue with one student. This person is British. And talking about, I want to become quickly Dharma teacher. Then I can to teach and go to the university, go to the different center. I said, your motivation is very strange and you want to become quickly teacher. And then he said, I can to get from that job, why not? And if I have good compassion, I will teach. But your really compassion is not really. You want to become quickly teacher and then you can to earn money. Yeah, exactly. If you go to in Tibet, basically they're reading how to make a puja and how to read this sadhanat. Afterwards, you're doing the benefactors for the making, and then you receive food, clothes, and the offering things. They're exactly the same. This is the truth. Sometimes in Tibet, many monks they're going to to make the puja for the others. Then they receive the food, clothes, monies, and then it's like sometimes they practice Dharma, but maybe for seeking for your something, it's like excellence to benefit through this. This kind of attitude also we need to abandon. As a need to relinquish this attitude to practice the serious Dharma, then Dharma is the benefit. You avoid this kind of attitude and conduct, then you are automatically kind of the genuine, authentic, and once you become the teachers, genuine, authentic, serious, qualifier. That is the necessary. Why not? We need to stop 5 minutes. I want to go outside. What do you think?